Cities look random on a map, but a lot of them follow the same location logic. Zoom out, and you'll notice a pattern. Cities cluster around rivers, coastlines, crossings, and narrow gaps in the landscape. It's not coincidence. It's geography plus a few practical problems humans have always had to solve. For most of history, building a city wasn't about beauty. It was about one big question: where can people live, move, and trade without getting cut off? A simple way to explain city locations uses two ideas: site and situation. Site is what the place is like right there. Situation is how that place connects to everything else. Same city, two different reasons it works. Let's start with site. A good site usually means basics first: reliable water, land that can support people, and terrain that doesn't make life impossible. This is why rivers matter so much. A river can mean fresh water, food, fertile soil, and a natural corridor through the landscape. And for a long time, it also made moving heavy things easier than hauling them over rough land. So it's no surprise that a lot of cities sit on rivers, or where rivers make movement simple. But rivers don't just support life, they shape movement. And movement is where cities really start to snowball. Now, situation. Situation is less about what's under your feet and more about where you are relative to routes, markets, and other people. If you want a city to grow, it helps to be where movement naturally concentrates. That's why cities love the edges between things: land and water, one region and another, one route and the next. Classic situation advantage is a river crossing. If there's a river, travelers look for the easiest way across. A shallow spot, a narrow point, a place where a bridge makes sense. Once a crossing becomes reliable, traffic funnels through it. And when traffic funnels through one spot, trade follows. Then services show up: markets, repairs, storage, lodging. And over time, that cluster can become a city. Another major situation advantage is a natural harbor. Not every coastline is friendly, but a sheltered bay makes it easier for ships to arrive, dock, load, and leave. Harbors connect local life to bigger networks, and settlements that sit at those connections can grow into major port cities. Zoom out again, and you'll see another pattern: choke points. These are places where geography funnels movement through a narrow passage, a mountain pass, a strait between land masses, a narrow corridor between mountains and sea. If you want to move through the region, you pass through that one place. So the place near that passage becomes valuable, because geography made it valuable. Trade concentrates there, then people, then infrastructure. And sometimes cities form in places that are genuinely risky: floodplains, stormy coasts, volcanic areas. From today's view, it seems obvious: why build there? But the benefits, water, fertile land, access to routes, were strong enough that people accepted the risk. Now fast forward to modern life. We have highways, rail, airplanes, and digital networks. So why do these old patterns still show up? Because cities have momentum. Once a place becomes a hub, jobs, institutions, ports, roads, connections, it's hard to replace it. Even if the original reason was something simple like "this river bend works," the modern reason becomes everything is already here. So when a city feels perfectly placed, it usually is, just optimized for the world that built it. Next time you look at a map, try this: find the water, find the crossings, find the choke points. You'll start seeing the same logic repeat. Cities don't just happen. They gather where the world makes gathering easier.